Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time for Bits and Bites. All things consumable from all the places you want to be. That's right. It's Bits and Bites, the United States edition. What does that mean? Every week by week, we're knocking them down. Alphabetical order. Start at the top with the A's, ending in the Z's. There's no Z state, but you know what I mean? What I'm talking about is 50 states in 50 weeks. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Week 40, do the math. Can only be one state. One state with a big tree on its flag I'm looking at right now. It's the great and powerful state of South Carolina! South Carolina, welcome to the show, everybody. Week 40. Holy shit, every time I say it, I don't believe it. Week 40 is here. South Carolina has stepped to the stage. Things sound a little differently here, but it's okay. Look, as usual, we have the flag behind us. Not a lot of words on this one. A tree and a moon, a crescent moon of sorts fading away. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe we'll look into it. Who can say? South Carolina, fantastic state. I think. I don't even remember exactly where it is. It's in the south. I believe it's south of North Carolina. That's about as far as I'll go from the hip. I feel like it's within driving distance. And there's a tree on their flag. I believe it's a palmetto tree, not pimento tree. Not a pimento tree, even though they love fucking pimento cheese. Let's get into the hardcore fast facts about this weird state. South Carolina. Nickname, the Palmetto State. Statehood in 1788, the 8th state. What a youngin'. Almost 5 million population, July 2016. The capital is Columbia. The biggest city is Columbia, and the abbreviation is SC. SC. Okay. No, okay is Oklahoma. SC. And, of course, everybody's favorite part of the show, the state bird. Here it comes. It's, of course, none other than the Carolina Wren. There she is, everyone. Look at this majestic beast. That thing looks real tiny. Look at his little tootsies. Look at his little feet there. It's got little hairs. Just holding on a little piece of wood. That's cute. All right, I mean, this looks like a squashable bird. I don't think a lot of other states have birds that I would consider I could do this with in my hands, but I think we hit one. I'm guessing. State flower, the yellow jessamine, of course. Everyone knows the yellow jessamine. Jessamine. There it is. Looks like a lot of other yellow flowers I've seen before. Let's get a closey. Yes, the jessamine. You know, when I think South Carolina, I think jessamine. I don't even know. I've never heard of a jessamine. This flower looks lovely. I don't know. Yes, also squishable, chat. Facts. Also squishable flower. Well, everyone, we made it to week 40 at South Carolina, and what a delicious bounty we have here. There's many things to be said. Let's see. Hold on. Is the phone lines working? Let's just check that first. If anyone wants to call in, 843-REBEL-TV, 843-REBEL-TV. I think they might work, but call later. Let's lower this a little bit. Let's set the stage. Let's get a cocktail going. Now, oh shit, I made it and I didn't bring it. Damn it. I feel like that's a bad omen, but hopefully this cocktail makes up for it. When it comes to cocktails and it comes to beverages in South Carolina and the South in general, there's one thing that I found everyone was on the same page with, and it was sweet tea. I was going to get some sweet tea vodka, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I was going to make some sweet tea vodka, but I didn't. But I did look into a fine cocktail that's named after one of the finest cities in all of South Carolina called the Charleston. Not the dance. The Charleston is the name of the cocktail. I I believe I don't know, it's not a very complex cocktail. There's not much to it. I was looking up some of Dave Wondrich's work, and he was talking about back in the old days. I mean, we got an old state. What was the statehood? 1788? It's an old state. So they would make, early or late 18th century, early 19th century beverages with just like booze that they could get their hands on and fortified wine. So this was apparently something that they would do a lot with Madeira, which is a fortified wine, and bourbon that they would get from Kentucky, from what I read. And some bitters, because they would always just have some bitters on hand, because that's what they would do. They would just take a bunch of old shit, let it rot, try to make it tasty. So it's actually equal parts bourbon. In this case, I have 1776 bourbon from Kentucky, and I have an equal part of Madeira, which is a fortified wine that kind of has like brandy vibes to it, but it doesn't have the power of brandy. Does that make sense? It's like, it's wine proof with brandy tastes and a little bit of bitters. It's a very old style cocktail. I don't think there's very much to it. I don't expect it to be too complex. I haven't even tried it yet, but we're going to give it a little stir. And then we're going to pour it. We're going to take a sip, and then we're going to get in all these lovely foods and some history on the great state of South Carolina. Am I able to balance that up there while I pour this? The odds of that are low, but wow, then the pimento cheese is sticking. Odds of all of this happening is very low. Work smarter, not harder. So I'm going to put the cocktail on top of a coaster of pimento cheese because in South Carolina, they love pimento cheese. I haven't talked to anyone yet from the state. We don't have any guests from the state coming. We maybe need to make some phone calls to some of the state people, see what's going on. Why is this does not fit this very well at all. Should have brought my own strainer. There we go. Beautiful. Much better. Pimento cheese is the thing, and we'll get into that a little bit why my pimento cheese container that is right there is completely empty. Express a little bit of orange peel on it like they used to do back in the old day. That's a fine looking cocktail right there. Looks like a Manhattan. So cheers to South Carolina. Let's kick this shit off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can get behind this. That is like a Manhattan. It's like a Manhattan, like, cooler, almost. It's like, wow, I would not think that was as delicious as it is. Holy shit. Simple is best sometimes. Sorry to let people know. Damn, that's much better than it should be. Now you can get real interesting. You could probably use some Marsala wine. You could use a better bourbon. You could use some rye, different bitters. 3-ingredient cocktail, very simple. Called the Charleston. We'll stick with it. Let's get the fucking zest in there. Let's put this bad boy right there. Let's take a sip of the old water, as we got some work to do. Now, South Carolina, when we think of the food of the state, well, let's look at the state first. Let's pull this shit up on radar. Show me the radar. Here we go. South Carolina. We're going, obviously, to the east coast of America, southeast. We're getting into Florida land. We're not too far from Florida, so shit's getting weird. We're in the real South. We're south of Virginia. And in fact, if I recall, South Carolina is one of the first states where the first shots of the Civil War started and the first state to secede in the Civil War. Some crazy ass Confederate peeps down there. Like, that's what they did. I don't know if that's we'll just keep it at that, I suppose. So here's South Carolina. What's the Google say? South Carolina is a southeastern United States state known for its shoreline of subtropical beaches and marsh-like sea islands. Coastal Charleston is a historic city defined by pastel-colored houses, Old South Plantation, and Fort Sumter, where the Civil War's opening shots were fired. See, I do my fucking research. To the north is the Grand Stand, a roughly 60-mile stretch of beachfront known for golf courses in the vacation town of Myrtle Beach. Right, so all I really know about South Carolina in my personal experience is Charleston, and another very small town which is the home of Sweatman's Barbecue, possibly some of the greatest barbecue I've ever had, called Holly Hill. So we'll look that up also because we have some product from there that we're going to eat with some items I made, and it's a fucking food-heavy show. But let's look in here a little bit. So we got the state Florence. I don't know what that is. Columbia is the capital. It's dead right in the center. Greenville, I've heard of, is up in the northwest of the state. Interesting. Outside of Charlotte, kind of. And then we got Charleston on the coast, which is, let's be honest, the city you're going to go to if you're going there. You're either going there or Myrtle Beach. You're going on the coast. Unless you're there for business. That's where you're going. Charleston's a pretty dope city. I've been there, spent some time there, I think a couple times. Downtown's pretty fire. A lot of great restaurants, a lot of great eating and drinking, and a lot of bow ties. South Carolina loves a bow tie. Let me tell you. All the boys be wearing bow ties. I don't know what it is, but that's just like the vibe they got down there. They keep that old school colonial fucking shit. Even in Charleston, where it's like a bigger city, there's dudes in fucking suspenders and bow ties. I mean, that shit just goes on down there. That's what they do. I don't know. Famous people that come to mind from South Carolina, the world of food, the Lee brothers. You may know those guys. The Lee Brothers Southern Cookbook. They have restaurants. What's their deal? You've seen these fucking dudes before if you watched Food Network before 10 years ago. I don't know. Where's their fucking picture? Could you show me them? Come on, internet. Work with me here. These guys. These guys look pretty fucking South Carolinian, right? You may have seen them before. I think I've seen them do like a big thing in South Carolina is the oyster roasts. So South Carolina oyster roast. Yeah, 5 animal oyster roast in South Carolina. That's a big thing. In South Carolina, they like to get a big like steel plate, put it over fire. I wish I had a little video here I could just play in the back. No audio, please. Perfect. Yeah, they like to have a big, like wood fire in the back. There it is. That's perfect. That's exactly it. And then you dump the oysters on there and cover them in wet burlap, and then let them roast up, pull it off, and suck it down. Kind of like a crab boil or whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah, up in New England, seafood boils or whatever they do up there. That's their version. It's delish, beer, necessary. Gotta have that. So let me just run you through some of the foods that we have here, and then we can deep dive on it, okay? One, a lot of friend-centric foods here. One, I have a product that picked up a friend of mine that was going through South Carolina. On my recommendation, they went to arguably one of my favorite barbecue places I've ever been to of all time, Sweatman's Barbecue in Holly Hale, South Carolina. Now, I'm looking at their website, and their website right now is already telling me that they've changed what they do there, and it's not as, what it used to be. Sweatman's Barbecue used to be a buffet, but that doesn't sound right. Bear with me. Sweatman's Barbecue, when I went years and years ago, was a house that when you go in the house, it's like $10. Yeah, this is it. It was like $10 to get in. They were only open for like a few hours a day, and they just had a trough of food outside. I mean, inside. Just, hot plates, everything was hot, and the smokers were in the back. They did whole hog, South Carolina barbecue, big mustard sauce, because that's how South Carolina rolls. And they would just put it out. It's $10 all you can eat. And you just go in with plates and get picked out. Give me some of that, give me some of that, give me some of that. And it was some of the greatest barbecue I've ever had. With the fucking out a doubt. There wasn't a line there like this video is showing when I was there. It was just super local people. I don't know what it's like now. Now they have a menu where they sell it by the pound. It's not what it was when I was there. Maybe they did that when I was there. Maybe they still do the buffet. But in any event, my friends did go, and they were kind enough to bring me back a bottle of Sweatman's barbecue sauce. And this is the most legit South Carolina barbecue sauce you're going to get your hands on. It's vinegar based. It's mustard based, but this one is so much more than that. It's so fucking good. The texture is so good. It's so fucking good. But we're going to get into that and eat that with some pseudo barbecue I made and some other regional dishes. On top of that, the other thing South Carolina is known for is rice. That's right. Carolina Plantation, Carolina rice. You've heard about it. Carolina Gold, baby. Carolina Gold rice. Did I pick up a bag, have it sent to me, and prepare some? Of course I did. Is it right here next to me, wrapped in tinfoil? Of course it is. Show me. Get the camera up. Oh, what's this? Is it some more other hyper-regional foods, including braised collard greens and Hoppin' John with some legit Sea Island red peas / black-eyed peas and Carolina gold rice cooked in the Carolina method? Well, of course it is. Who saw that coming? But Billy, what are you going to eat that with? How are you going to enjoy the beautiful barbecue sauce that you were gotten if you don't have any barbecue? Well, what are you going to do? What I have here is about an inch-thick slab of pork shoulder. Now, you know anything about pork, like pork cuts and butchery and things of that nature, you would know that pork shoulder generally is a long braising cut used for making pulled pork, which is a South Carolina favorite, I'm sure. You know, other kind of like pork dish, low and slow long braises. Most people don't realize that you can tell your butcher to cut you a fucking slice like a steak and cook that bitch fast, hot and fast, and pull it off. And if you're getting really high quality pork, which I do have here, that's what you want to do: hot and fast. Flash it, char it, and baste it in this sauce the whole time after applying a nice dry rub to it. And I'm gonna say we got a nice little South Carolina little dish plate bite thing going on here. I'm gonna say that we're in that world. Yeah. So the Carolina rice, though, is a thing. Carolina rice, I believe I had a video queued up here. I thought in my head it was get the video of the guy from Carolina Rice, Carolina Plantation Rice. Let him talk while you eat the rice, eat said rice, and move on with your day. Where's the guy? Well, there's how to cook it. That's not what we want. The anti-racist tale of Carolina gold rice. Okay, these are not the. Excuse. Sean Brock, of course, is there. South Carolina champion. There was a video of Carolina plantation rice, like the guy. It was like the guy from the place. I could have swore it was on the website, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Carolina Plantation, Carolina Gold. I'm just gonna type gold. Maybe it'll come up. Like I watched this like a week ago when I got the shit. It's really good. And now I don't know where to find it. It's not this guy. Not watching toy. Here it is. Nope. This might be good. Gullah cooking. Let's see what this guy says while I rip some of this rice apart.
And what kind of rice is this that you decided to grow here?
Oh, Carolina Gold.
The Carolina Gold rice, as far as I know, is like an heirloom type variety rice. Or it's like what Uncle Ben's tries to be, but it's not. Oh, you can't even see this video. Look at me. What a piece of garbage I am. Let's see what this guy has to say about it. He's definitely gonna know more than me.
It's supposed to be one of the native rice of here. You know, none of them really native, but they were brought here, but this one of the rice that came here too. Then also they had another wild rice that everybody just always had a patch of rice in their field, in the yard, you know.
What made you decide to want to do a rice field in your yard, just a little private rice paddy?
I always thought about it because when I was a kid, I always hear my grandparents them talk about rice and growing it. And I hear always hear everybody talk about growing it, and I said, boy, if it's anything I ever do, I ever get back on a farm, try to grow some rice.
All right, well, that was a terrible video. I mean, we didn't learn anything there, and except for that gentleman planted rice in his house. I had a good video, and I don't know where it is. And maybe Paula Dean has something to say on it. Remember her? Fun Fact Fridays with Paula Dean. Remember, it was just before or after she got canceled. It's got to be after she got canceled. Let's see what her comeback's like.
Good morning. My mind's just ticking away because I'm getting ready to cook for a crowd on today's shows. And some foods work very, very well for a crowd.
Do they?
One of those foods is rice.
Oh.
We're going to go get a very special rice today. Y'all come along with me. We're going to have a wonderful time.
Half his video is her driving and talking about what she's doing.
Would you believe my friend Hal tests each crop of rice by hand to make sure it's ready for harvesting?
Yeah, I believe it. That's his job.
By producing small batches of this golden rice, they're able to still make it here in the South the old-fashioned way. Hal watches over each and every step to make sure it's perfect every time. You know, I never realized how much effort goes into every little scoopful. Thanks, Hal. I had so much fun.
Anson Mills, top notch.
All done.
That's it.
That was a nice field trip, wasn't it? I learned so much about rice.
What?
Can't hardly wait to make that rice pudding.
Make rice pudding with that. How disrespectful. She stinks. I still don't like her. Never did. Care what she says, she sucks no matter what. Anyway, so Carolina Gold rice is a fucking thing, and it's native to South Carolina. I think it's where they first brought in that rice, and you can still get it, but you got to find Carolina. It's not Carolina brand in the store. It's Carolina Gold rice. It's specific. On Amazon, you can pick this up. It's like a 2-pound bag. It's like, I don't know, $10 or something. And they give you a suggested way to make the rice. And if you read a couple different chefs' ways to make it, it's interesting. They make it in kind of like a pasta method where like you boil water and then boil the rice like pasta and pull it out after like 12, 15 minutes when it's nice. But step 2 is putting it on a sheet pan. And this seems pretty universal with most people I see in Carolina Gold cooking style. Putting it on a sheet tray, letting it dry out in the oven like 350 for like 5 minutes, pulling it out, giving it a little tossy toss again, making sure all the granules are separated, throwing butter on top of that, salt and peppering it, putting it back in for 5 minutes. Now, I saw that and I was like, I don't need to do that. That's another step. I know what butter and salt and pepper tastes like. I don't need to try it like that. No, big fucking difference, and it definitely is like the way they do the rice down there. It just turns it into something else. All the granules get a little bit more dried out, more individual. You can't really see it here. And it's hard to see the rice on my on the camera here, but it's delightful. And then I have some Hoppin' John made with some Geechee Boy Mill heirloom legumes from down from South Carolina. Now I think they're changing the name. Maybe this is, I don't know if this is like a, they're changing their name from Geechee Boy Mill to Marsh Hen Mill. Now, I've heard of Geechee Boy Mill. I just thought it was a silly name. But my guess is it bothered someone, and I'm going to guess that that's some kind of offensive term. So they changed their name to Marsh Hen Mill. They do some really high-quality heirloom grains from the South Carolina. Specifically, they have Carolina Gold rice, as we can see here, unicorn grits, speckled grits. But they also have, what are these? Well, I don't see it here, but Marsh Hen Mill, right? Yeah, Marsh Hen Mill. So these are legit Sea Island red peas. They grow them there. They grow these in South Carolina. So Sea Island red peas are an heirloom legume. These field peas are rich in flavor and history. Sea Island red peas got their start from a gullah dish called Reezy Peasy and went on to be a big part of Hoppin' John, the famous New Year's dish made with dried red peas and rice. We took these, made them into a Hoppin' John that we have right here, our version of a Hoppin' John that we whipped together with some simple collard greens that I cooked down. Spoiler alert, when I make collard greens, I don't like to cook the shit out of them like everyone else does. I like them bright green and crunchy. So there they are with the Carolina rice. So that's a plate of Carolina goodness right there. And then the steak, I was telling you about this pork steak. Again, season it, hit it salt quick and fast, and get your own version of whatever you can get of the South Carolina barbecue sauce. In my case, the greatest one you could possibly have. Slather that shit on there, let it cook down, and then you just rip this shit apart like a steak. You just slice yourself off some. And you just eat, it's like a pork ribeye. That's the only way I can explain it. It's really delicious, and you know, hack barbecue, I suppose. You know, if it was done over a live fire, it'd be super amazing. But I just did it on a propane grill because, you know, time. Are we learning anything yet? No? All right. So let's run through. There's the bird. There's the flower. Herd. Ah, yes. Hot little biscuit. So, friend of mine spending some time in South Carolina. And he came up and he brought some treats from South Carolina. Local coffee. Site. Some beers and beverages. Site. And then a big tub. It wasn't this brand. This is the brand I could find up here. I don't know what brand it was, but it was the local brand they use there of pimento cheese. And I go, all right, cool. I mean, I like cheese. He's like, nah, dude, this shit's crack. And then, come on, we've all heard people say this shit's crack. You know, we know. People say all the time, this shit's crack. This shit's crack. And I've heard that, and usually the things that people say are crack are not crack. Crack is crack. You want crack, go smoke crack cocaine. If you're not smoking crack cocaine, you shouldn't be saying the food tastes like crack, period. It's an overused term. Let's not say it. That said, if I had to guess what crack cocaine's addiction was like, it would be very similar to pimento cheese. I've done the research. This is a canister or a fucking, I don't know, what do we call this? Container of pimento cheese. I purchased this earlier in the week and said I wasn't going to eat much of it. I know you can't tell, but there's a very, very thin layer there that's left. Only all of the restraint that I had to save it just for the show. The tub that was brought to me initially when it was billed as crack was probably, 4 times the size of this. It was like a Sam's Club size fucking vat. And he did warn. He said, when we open this, shit goes downhill. I was like, how good could it be? And your first bite, and the same with this, because I haven't had it in a while since then. Your first bite of pimento cheese, you go, okay. Like, I mean, let's go. We're here. So, I mean, if you go look at it, what is it? It's a mix of cheeses and spices and stuff, and honestly, it doesn't really look appetizing. That's not particularly appetizing. Look at that. Not very appetizing. But, it's something about the peppers. Our pimento cheese is a staple in every Southerner's kitchen. Food lover's secret weapon. This is made by Callie's Charleston Biscuits. Yeah, I mean, the list of ingredients is long. Suffice to say, it's not cheese and peppers. But goddamn, it's the textures. There's multiple textures of multiple kinds of cheese with the vinegar and a heat. I think the way that they eat this in the South, and I've seen it in the truck stops in the South, is legit pimento cheese sandwiches. White bread, fat-ass layer of pimento cheese, white bread. I don't get it. But I do get it, because I've eaten it before. I've eaten the pimento cheese, and I can see you just eat that like it's a lunch meat. Let's see what this video is about. Tell me about the pimento cheese. Ugh, mayo? Ah, pimento. More pimento. How it's done. Here we go. All right, so we got a shitload of cheese and pimento. Mayo. Duke's mayo. I don't know if it's arugula, and I guess they're going to make a sandwich here. Horse grated cheddar. Pound. Cup plus mayo. Full jar diced pimentos. Hot pep flakes. It's fucking mayo and cheese. I mean, it's... And then seasonings, of course. Salt, pepper, probably MSG, a lot of other death. This one's potato starches. Chilled next to your watermelon and sweet tea. There it is. Spread it onto a sandwich and, eat. Oh, the arugula would be nice. Nice cut on there. Okay, that's another terrible video. Quarantine cook. Yeah. Oh, it's Paula Dean with quarantine cooking. Oh, wow.
Y'all, I'm such a nut bucket.
Oh, wow.
I put on my gloves and I was telling Eddie and Teresa, I said,
Okay, she's clearly drunk at home. This quarantine cooking. Who knew that she had her own show in the quarantine? Quarantine cooking with the canceled bitch. Let's watch it. Watch your mouth.
this glove, something's wrong with this glove. It was a boo-boo that they forgot to pull out. Well, y'all, I had my thumb in this. And it was so uncomfortable. And Eddie said, well, Paula, do you have your thumb in your pinky finger? Oh, yes, I did.
What?
Well, hey, y'all, welcome back. You know, I promised y'all that
She looks dead.
Be doing short little.
She's definitely drunk. Moving forward.
And all this stuff that was driving me insane.
Not listening to anyone.
No, I'm not listening to anyone.
What is happening?
She's a woman of substance. She knows what she wants, and that's exactly what she's gonna do.
So now she's under house arrest.
Yeah, she's under house arrest. And
What the hell is going on here?
mad as hell with me. Kitchen that you wouldn't have to go to the store. And speaking of the store,
Stower. Why do you talk like this?
some of the grocery stores are delivering now. You can.
This is
go
mid-pandemic.
online
She's definitely
and-
full crazy mode. All right, come on. Out of 20 minutes. Let's go. Make the fucking dip.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's go back. Let's hear. I want to hear this.
Like,
This. Let's be fair. This. I mean, didn't she used to be much fatter than this when she was throwing butter everywhere and shit? Looks like she kind of pulled it together after she got kicked off TV.
piece with y'all that hopefully you would have all this at your house already.
Shut up.
Half an ounce.
I can't. I'm sorry. I want to make fun of it. I can't. Give me someone else. Her fucking her everything is bothering me. Her dialect and everything. I don't really want to watch people make pimento cheese. It's just turning my stomach and making me unhappy. Let's keep this on a light note. Scratch the pimento cheese. We're going back. So the bottom line is they have a cracked pimento cheese that people eat, and it really is super addictive. I goddamn dare you to go to buy yourself some legit pimento cheese that's out there. Crack the container, eat it. I ate this whole goddamn thing with a box of Triscuits like an animal the other night. That was my dinner. Doing great. Carolina plantation rice. Heirloom style fucking rice that was brought here back in the day, grows on the coast because it's rice and it's really aromatic. It's not an aromatic rice, which is its own, well, I guess it is. It says it's aromatic rice. It's not aromatic in the sense that, I don't know, don't back out of it. You were wrong. It's aromatic rice. When I think aromatic rice, I think of like a basmati rice. I know that's like a category of rice, and I just don't know what that is off the top of my head. Sweatman's Barbecue. Talked about that a little bit. Again, this is a whole hog. Can we get the? Let's get the Sweatman's. Let's get the Sweatman's video. That's what's up. Sweatman's Barbecue is the shit. All right, let's see what this one's about. Oh wow! See, when I went, it was fucking dude. It was no. Again, not trying to say. I had to watch Bourdain do it. I mean, this had to be a Bourdain bit. Let's watch the master do it.
A man sought after all over the world for some of the finest whole hog barbecue.
Well, that's Rodney
there is.
Scott.
Rodney and his family have been doing it like this and only like this for 43 years. Burn barrel, fresh coals, slow cooked all night in the pit. There are no shortcuts. This ain't a craft. This is a calling.
Look at that.
Yes.
Oh, man.
You gotta have a little bit of white bread with it.
Yeah,
At least
no
a little bit
doubt.
of white.
Yeah, see, this is what everybody always gets wrong in New York. They serve cornbread with barbecue, which of course falls into crumbles. You can't. You gotta have that.
Look at that. This is what we call pork spaghetti.
Gotta have some of that.
This isn't Sweatman's though. That's not Sweatman's. All the Q you can eat. Yeah, when I don't want to watch some guy in the car talk about it. This guy look, yes, the Farm Bureau videos. This is what we need. Yes. This will be fun.
Of course, no large family gathering would be complete in the South without fresh fruits and vegetables and good slow-cooked barbecue.
Lovely.
That was the case in Pendleton, South Carolina recently, where the Carters and 2 other families traditionally blend their culinary talents and skills to host several hundred of their closest relatives and other friends for a good old-fashioned summertime barbecue. We caught up with South Carolina Barbecue Association President Lake High to gain some insight into South Carolina's unique barbecue history, including...
They said this guy's name is Blake Pye.
The official definition of the word barbecue in South Carolina.
Barbecue is a noun.
As a noun?
Specifically pork.
This guy's name is Lake High Jr.?
Because that's what barbecue started as when the Indians and the Spanish got together in the 1500s and invented it. And barbecue is pork. So when we say barbecue in South Carolina, we're talking pork.
Barbecue is a long-running thread through the fabric in our Southern culture and being, and it's tied directly to our agrarian roots.
You find your...
Growing a lot of shit down there. We're growing these red peas. We got a lot of other heirloom legumes. We got the rices. A lot of marsh crops, you know?
Best barbecue I have discovered from either in the agricultural counties where the tradition still holds, or the guy that's cooking it came off the farm. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's where the heritage was. That's where the experience, that's where the knowledge came from. That's where the roots are, and thank goodness.
According to High, barbecue is more than a thread in our fabric.
Tell us more.
It's a cornerstone in our historical foundation as a state, dating back to the original colonies.
South Carolina has 2 things that, well, 3 really, that makes it the capital. First, it was invented here by the Spanish and the Indians back in the 1500s when the first colony in the New World was in South Carolina, Santa Elena. It's not there anymore, but it was there. It was there for a generation. And it was a big place, 500 people, 500 families. They had a church, they had a blacksmith shop, they had a fort, they had everything they needed. They were there for a generation. Then they finally left and went to St. Augustine. Okay, it was invented there. The second thing is we've got the variety. We've got the longest continuous history of it.
Interesting.
I remember a guy from Florida, I was on the radio to him, and he said, well, Lake, how can you say it wasn't invented in Florida?
Guy's name is Lake.
Well, tell me, do you have an unbroken tradition of vinegar and pepper down there? And he said, no, actually, we don't. I said, well, it may have been invented. I doubt it. I said, but certainly it got lost in the meantime, whereas we have a continuous thing. Right. People will say, well, gee, the Spanish went away, but when the English came here in the 1600s, they were surprised, they were truly surprised, to see all these Spanish missions, just like in California, the religious, they left the priest here and they left the missions here and they were with the Indians and so forth. So we've got this unbroken tradition of it. The third thing is,
interesting take,
is we have more barbecue contests.
Oh, well, you have more contests.
Our little towns than any per capita. Are you?
Can we just get to Sweatman's already, for Christ's sakes?
Preparing, and I just think that Sweatman's is unique in that manner, being low country South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of effort goes into making a product that is so well loved. It's so much work that Sweatman's only opens on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, this is an old video. This is what it was like when I was there. Literally a home fridge in the back. Can't talk about this place enough.
100-mile places, a few 200-mile joints.
Yeah.
But Sweatman's Barbecue, located in Orangeburg County, South Carolina, might just top them all. Charlie Bryant made the drive from Atlanta, Georgia, roughly 260 miles away.
I wouldn't do it once a week, but at least once or twice a year, yeah.
The notebook that people sign gives an indication of the widespread popularity of Sweatman.
I signed that.
Bill, Alabama, San Dimas, California, Elkhart.
Each day that Sweatman's operates, there are lines of people waiting to get in before the doors open at 11:30. Those who come to eat usually have to fill orders placed by friends who couldn't make the trip.
2 large dinners. He specified dark meat with skin and a buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to forget my own. It's the best.
See, the buffet, I think the buffet, the website would appear that the buffet has gone away. And of course, due to the COVID, that kind of makes sense. So they rebranded a little bit and just made straight plates. But when I was there, this is what it was like. You wait.
I've been coming here since I was
Hell yeah.
8 years old.
It's a buffet
Look at
for
that.
those who eat inside the restaurant.
Oh my God, it's so good. I remember standing there yesterday, and oh my God, one of the greatest banana puddings I've ever eaten in my life. Well, I was going to say it, the greatest banana pudding ever had in my life. And I'm willing to say some of the best barbecue, some of the best pork barbecue, without a doubt, I've ever threw in my stupid face.
The staff will fix plates for the customers coming through the takeout area. The barbecue is consistent throughout.
I've eaten barbecue in South Carolina.
Sounds like this guy has.
Connoisseur of good barbecue, Southern barbecue in Georgia and North Carolina.
North.
Sweatman's tops all states.
See,
Every region
that guy fucking knows.
has their own different style of sauce, their own different way of preparing.
We got the
And
Sweatman
so
sauce.
I just think that Sweatman's is unique in that manner, being low country South Carolina.
A lot of effort goes into making a product.
I remember I went in the back and looked at
So
those
much
pits.
work that Sweatman's only opens on Fridays and Saturdays.
Good Lord.
It'll take us all week just to get everything ready for those 2 days.
Crazy.
Everybody who
Got
works
that
here
banana
takes
pudding.
Sunday off. Then the whole process gets started again on Monday. They've considered opening more than 2 days a week, but it's just not possible.
Just
the way they
not
do things.
possible. The whole operation that requires cooking for 4 fucking days to feed you animals for 2 days. God, it's so good. I don't want to hype it too much, but damn.
But we'd have to get a lot more help because it's really it takes 4 days to get everything ready to cook on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, let's also be fair. I mean, they're on South Carolina time. 4 days city time. Probably could open up a couple more days, but we don't want to rush them. Keep it as keep what you do. Do what you're doing.
This all takes so long because Sweatman's crew takes no shortcuts. The man they call Little Joe has been working the pit for years.
Fuck yeah, Little Joe.
Everything was done back
Little Joe was there when I was there.
how we used to do it even years ago when people first started barbecue.
Many other barbecue places had switched over to gas. Here they burn.
There really is something about just like live fucking fire,
to
dude.
Produce the embers over which the meat.
You can't cheat. You can't cheat this kind of shit. Where they're not even doing barbecue like a stick burner, if you even know what that is. They're not doing barbecue like in Texas, like at Franklin's place, where it's like, a massive pit that they build and they load it up with briskets and build a little fire in the end, and then the heat distributes throughout the whole unit. That's a live fire. It's legit. I'm not saying it ain't legit by any means. That's some legit ass barbecue, but it's a different style. This shit, I don't know if you could tell or even they're going to get into it. They have a raging inferno of logs and embers going on one side of the room, and this guy shovels them underneath these big pits. And on those pits, about 4 feet up, are the huge hogs. They're just splayed out. So there's, God knows how many hogs laid out in these pits, and he shovels the coals underneath, 4 feet under, to low and slow radiate that wood ember coal heat up into the hogs. Now, the art and the beauty of it is, where you place those. You don't just shovel it in like it's a microwave. It's like, oh, we got to add more. You don't just throw more in there. You got to know where the hocks are at, the shoulders are at, the butts are at, what needs a little bit more heat. You got to look and see this is getting a little black over here, so we got to throw the heat over here. Keep that sod, don't burn that. And you got to know where to shovel the coals. You cannot shortcut it. There's no joke. A lot of people say you can't shortcut stuff. Some stuff you can. That you can't.
Still doing it, the manual work, and
Look at this.
going out getting our own wood.
Oh.
We don't rush to do it. It's just a slow process anytime you cook barbecue.
Oh, my God.
Nobody here would even think about doing it differently.
I guess just because it was handed down from the family years back, and we just want to keep it the same.
Me too.
At Sweatman's, they are sold on the notion that you get out of the barbecue that which is put in.
It's true.
When you put time in something, it's got to
100%.
come out right.
Look at that.
But if you go with the rush job, that's what you're going to get.
That.
Crews begin actually cooking the hogs one day before the restaurant opens. It takes 12 to 14 hours for the pork to be done.
These hog head that we cooked last night is for Friday. And the hogs that we could cook this afternoon is for Saturday. So it's always fresh. We don't try to cook one day and serve 2 days.
If the barbecue here is the crowd favorite, the hash is an extremely close second.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Not many places even try to make hash anymore.
Any way you eat hash, you have a different taste. And far as I'm concerned, this is the way it's supposed to be cooked.
It's like
As with the barbecue, the method of
Scrapple-ish.
making the hash
Scrapple-esque.
hasn't changed at Sweatman's through the years.
My granddad used to make it. My uncle and dad.
Oh
made
my
it.
God, this is the most legit South Carolina shit. I'm sorry.
Passed it on down.
I'm no expert,
It's
but this is
relatively
it.
simple. Just pork and ketchup, but with another twist or two thrown in.
So you're not going to tell me how you cook it?
No, I can't do that.
Somebody would get mad at you?
Might lose my job.
What's in the sauce?
Can't tell you that. That's a old family secret.
I got the sauce right here, baby.
It's a tradition with restaurants and recipes. It is taken seriously here. For instance, South Carolina is known for mustard sauce. The sauce at Sweatman's, however, is slightly different than everywhere else.
It is.
Can you give me a hint?
So good.
Mustard, vinegar.
Good one.
That's as far as you'll go.
That's all I can tell you.
Great,
When the
thanks.
hogs
Look at
come
these
off of the
breakdowns.
pit,
Look at
the
this.
meat goes into the chopping room.
Sorry, we're going
There,
deep
a
on
crew cleans off all the
Sweatman's.
fat and gristle. They do something else at this point that you don't see everywhere. They separate dark meat from white meat.
Which is your favorite, white or dark?
Dark.
More flavor there?
Yeah. Virtually nothing goes to waste at Sweatman's. The skin is removed from the cooked hog and then returned to the pit. There it is given another 20 to 30 minutes over the coals. That crisps up the skin, which is eventually broken into pieces and served up to customers. The skin is in high demand, so people are asked to take only 2 or 3 pieces.
It's not as much skin on a hog as what is meat.
I had the skin.
You got to look out for the next man. That's what we believe.
Oh my God, it's so good.
No changes are planned for the restaurant. The idea is to simply keep providing customers.
I mean,
with unique
this is
branded
that
barbecue and all the
life-changing-
rest. Right now, Sweatman's has
This is
dropped
that
off
life-changing kind of barbecue. I'm sorry if this is a boring video, but
continuing to flow in.
I don't know how else to explain this place. Look at this guy.
But the barbecue hash and skin is absolutely the best in the world.
It's placed among the top barbecue joints in South Carolina.
I mean, this I've in the conversation of barbecue, when I talk to people just about barbecue as a whole, I reference all pork barbecue conversations around my experience at Sweatman's. That has to be, Jesus Christ, gotta be well over 10 years by now. Jesus Christ, at least. It's so good. It's so legit. It's that life-changing barbecue that people say that exists in Texas, that I haven't had, that, you know, you eat and it's just like, wow. And that video was actually pretty good because it does show you, like, that place is a step back in history. Those are old-ass pits done the old fucking way. There are no shortcuts taken there, and you taste it in absolutely everything. And the whole meal gets rounded off with God knows whose goddamn grandma's banana pudding with the fucking Nilla wafers and the take my soul, Sweatman's, take my soul. All right. Well, I think that covers South Carolina barbecue at least. I'm sure there's a bunch of other great fucking places. To me, I've been to this place and it was on a whim, and it was actually, I think, told to me by a woman who I want to say was in Savannah, and I was talking about peaches in Georgia, and she told me that. No, why am I typing Georgia? She was telling me that I don't know. I was rambling around Savannah and Georgia, and I think this was part of the same trip, if I recall. And I was in some kind of shoppy and talking to the local old ladies in the gift shop, entertaining them with, if I recall right, puppets that they had, being goofy like one would. And I was talking about peaches and food because I was definitely on a mission to get the greatest food in Savannah and the greatest food around, and we were doing really well. And I said, what about the peaches? I know it's not peach season, but where are we going for the best peaches? Can I get some peach pie, some peach reserves? Where's the great peaches at? Now, that said, I feel like I found the greatest peach reserves on the Georgia show. I forget the company, but go back and watch that. bitsandbites.us if you want to watch that. The Georgia show, those peach reserves were out of this world. I still buy things from that company, other preserves and stuff. Nothing beats the peaches. But this old lady, who's obviously lived in Savannah for a very long time, when inquired about the peaches, she leans in a very southern I just want to say the word debutante. I don't think that that's the word. I'm not 100% sure what that means. I want to say that that means like whore, but I don't think that she definitely was not that. Let's check. Debutante. Originally determined that the woman was old enough to be married. All right, well, I was close. She's definitely a debutante then, because she was definitely old, and she was in the store looking at gifts. And she goes, honey, or something along those lines. I don't want to mimic the accent. She definitely had a thick accent. She like leaned in like a movie and goes, everyone knows the best peaches are in South Carolina. And I was like, stunned, and I was like, oh, she's full of shit. She's like, no, seriously. Apparently there's like this is a secret I was told by an old woman in Georgia and Savannah, and she lived there all her life. All right, and I think she told me about Sweatman's, and then I ended up there, and I'm still talking about that to this day. So I'm willing to bet this bitch was right. And let's be honest, Georgia butts up on South Carolina, a lot of the areas. You know, you get these little peach orchards floating over the line here. Who's to say what's where? You know? Anyway, that's what I remember about my time there. Charleston's got some great food. And yeah, that barbecue, that's Sweatman's. If you're driving anywhere within, I'm going to tell you, an hour and a half of Sweatman's barbecue, and you have the time to pit stop and get over there and they happen to be open, you go. Ask my good friends who went and brought me back some sauce. You ask them and see if it was worth it. It's that life-changing barbecue, man. I'm telling you, it's something special. All right, enough of the barbecue. Pimento cheese we covered. The South loves big, fattening, deathly type food. Pimento cheese definitely fits the bill. It's like goddamn crack. We already watched how to make the secret pimento cheese sandwich. Is that what we want to watch? Probably not. I feel like we watched enough pimento cheese information. I will watch Mike make one, though, if this is a Better Call Saul bit. I got 40 seconds to watch Mike make a pimento cheese sandwich.
How to make a pimento cheese sandwich. Buy yourself some
Hold on. That pimento cheese brand he has is the one that was brought to me by my friend that we consumed within a short period of time. That's the exact one, whatever that brand is. Enhance.
How to make a pimento cheese sandwich. Buy yourself some pimento cheese and some white bread. You take 2 slices of bread and
that's the exact one.
Spread the correct amount of cheese, like so. Then you close and you're done. Congratulations.
Holler at Mike Hermantrout. Thank you for the pimento cheese tutorial. Appreciate that. All right. All right, we hit the barbecue. We hit the pimento cheese. We talked about the rice. We're having a fine cocktail, the Hoppin' John and the rice bit. I told you about the rice. I'm no expert, but it is fantastic rice. If you like white rice, it's definitely got a different character than your traditional kind of Goya brand or whatever other kind of white normal brands that you're getting. Get a bag of the gold. Get a sack of the gold. Aromatic rice. Delightful. It's a delight, some may say. Again, it's a different method of cooking that they use, too. They cook it like normal rice, and then they cook it out in the oven and dry it a little bit more, and then add all the spices to it. Makes it really flaky, individual grains. Real nice like, you know? Marsh and Mill. Used to be Geechee Boy. I don't know what the Geechee Boy. Apparently, I mean, we might as well. What does that mean? So this place used to be called Geechee Boy Mill. And I think they changed the name because it's, I'm just going to guess they got canceled or something. Something occurred, but fuck it. Let's see. Oh, here it is, right on the Google. Why did Geechee Boy Mill change its name? The South Carolina grits maker, Geechee Boy Mill, is changing the name to Marsh Hen Mill after critics charged it with appropriating black culture. Geechee Boy Mill, a South Carolina maker of heirloom grits and other products, is changing its name to Marsh Hen Mill after critics charged it with appropriating black culture. All right. I mean, I don't know what it means. I don't know. I guess this isn't the time and place to discuss that, but I mean, I just thought it's a silly name. Does that bother people? Is there something offensive in there I'm not aware of? After years of being accused of cultural appropriation by Gullah Geechee residents of the Low Country. All right, I don't know. Hey, look, if it makes people happy, I guess. Yeah, I think it's just a name. I think intent means something here, but, you know, whatever. I don't know what it means. Maybe I should stop saying it. I'm going to get canceled just for saying Geechee Boy Mill. But it says it right here. Fuck it. We got that Geechee Boy Mill red beans, baby. Gonna use these on New Year's. Sea Island red peas. They say it brings good luck when you make your Hoppin' John on a fucking New Year's Day with it. That's what we're doing. South Carolina, what else you got for me? Charleston cocktail, fantastic. We should probably make some phone calls. First shot's the Civil War. First is the Seed. Super hip Charleston. Myrtle Beach. Redneck Riviera. Bow ties. Yeah, we hit all those. Should we make some phone calls? Go 3 for 3, see what happens. I don't want to call Charleston. Where's the pimento cheese from? Let's go to that time. I mean, it's late. The hotels are up. Hotels work. What town are you in, pimento cheese? Hot Little Biscuit, eh? Callie's Biscuits. Show me Callie's Biscuits. Callie's Hot Little Biscuit. Of course, it's in Charleston. Give me Callie's Hot Little Biscuit. Now let's I don't know, what's a good hotel brand? Who'd we hit last time? We got Ramada's down here. Sounds like what we want to hit, right? Ramada by Wyndham, fantastic. Days Inn. Now, the Days Inn are always good. All right, let's be honest. I'm not ready to call, but I feel like we need to call. I feel like we need some more insight here. I feel like we need a little bit more information. I feel like I'm only bringing what I know to the table, which is not so much. I am but a man who's only passed through this great state. Calling the Ramada.
Thank you for calling
Wyndham.
Days Inn by Wyndham, Mount Pleasant, Charleston, Patriots Point. To make a reservation, press 1. To modify an existing reservation, press 2. To speak to the front desk or for any other inquiry, please press 3.
I'd like to speak to the front desk, please. I have questions.
Thank you for calling Days Inn. How can I help you?
Hi, how you doing tonight?
Fine, and you?
I'm all right. My name's Billy, and I'm doing a show on every state and their food and drink, and I just had some questions about South Carolina's food, and I didn't know if you had a minute or not to tell me.
No, we're actually about to switch to...
Oh, no. All right. Well, I'm sorry to bother you then.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Have a good night. Silly me calling a few minutes before the end of the hour. About to switch. She's like, I'm going home. Leave me alone, dope. All right, a couple more. Let's get outside the city. Let's go where they're really sleeping now. Out in Ladson. Ladson, Somerville, baby. Outskirts of Charleston. Days Inn gets a lot of love from us, I'll tell you that. Calling Days Inn Ladson.
Thank you for calling Days Inn by Wyndham, Ladson, Somerville, Charleston. To make a reservation, press 1.
No, we already know 3 is the front desk.
Thank you for calling Days Inn by Ladson. How can I help you?
Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing tonight?
Great, how are you?
I'm okay, man. So my name's Billy, and I'm doing a podcast on food and drink in South Carolina. I just had a couple questions for anyone who lives in South Carolina. I thought I'd give you a call. If you got a second, I could ask you about the food and drink over there. Got a minute?
I'm actually with a customer right now.
Oh.
Am I calling back in like an hour?
Get to work, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to bother you while you're working.
Thank you so much.
Ah, how polite. All right. Let's keep it going. That guy was too polite. He didn't throw me off. It's with a customer. I don't believe that. He was on speakerphone. Just full of shit. To call back in an hour because he's not going to be there. And D-Hants, bring us outside of Charleston. Bring us outside. Let's go deep. Let's go to the middle of the state. Let's talk to the people who aren't in the city. Let's talk to the people out here in Orangeburg. Why am I searching Ramada? Is Ramada even a fucking hotel anymore? Yeah, give me something in Orangeburg. The fucking town no one knows about. Holla at that. What was that, a follow? Thank you. I didn't see who it was. Thank you for the follow. I just heard the sound of my headphones. Let's call up Super 8. I think the Super 8 did us good in the past. I want to at least get somebody. Is my pitch not good tonight? Sometimes the pitch is off. It's hard. It's hard to sell the sizzle all the time. All right, let's go. Get it together, Billy. Super 8 Wyndham, Orangeburg. Let's go. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What the hell's going on? Abort! Abort! Abort mission! We're being attacked! What the fuck was that? Holy shit, they knew we were coming. We got ambushed. Whew. That hurt my head. All right, back in the game. Palmetto Inn? Yeah, that's like not corporate. Palmetto Inn is definitely an hourly type motel. You know what I'm saying? Call Palmetto Inn, Orangeburg. Let's go. They're not going to see this one.
Palmetto Inn, how may I help you?
Hi, how you doing tonight?
Good, good.
Good. I'm doing a podcast of the food and drink of South Carolina.
Yeah.
Do you know about the food and drink of South Carolina a little bit?
No.
Oh, are you from South Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you like to eat down there? What do you eat usually?
Do you know where you have called?
Yeah, the Palmetto Inn and Suites, right? Orangeburg.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just trying to talk to people who live in South Carolina about the food and drink for the podcast that I do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of food do you like to eat down there? I've never been to South Carolina. What's the food and drink? Like, what's it like?
It's the same food, McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell.
Ah, McDonald's and Taco Bell, that's like specialty to the area?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. They got anything good there?
Yeah.
Huh. What do you get? What do you get there? We lost him. Lost him in a bad connection. She crab soup. No, I don't know anything about she crab soup. The hell is she crab soup? This soup will change your life. Oh wow, bold. All right, we'll get into that. First, we gotta hit a hotel first. We gotta get a hotel that works. I feel like the Palmetto Inn. I mean, that guy just told me McDonald's. Not great. Southern Lodge and Suites. All right, we'll try them. Call the Southern Lodge and Suites, Orangeburg, South Carolina. That's right by the South Carolina University over there. Sorry to wake you up. Come on. Well, we'll have to call the Econo Lodge. I feel like the Econo Lodge has always done us good. It's always a good sign when you call a hotel, even if you really do need them and they don't answer. You know, that's a sign of great hospitality, really. Calling the Econo Lodge, Orangeburg. Let's go. Come on. Feeling it. South Carolina, land of the hotels that close.
Econo Lodge, Roy Williams Suites. How may I help you?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How can I help you?
I'm doing all right, too. Thanks. My name's Billy, and I'm doing a podcast on the food and drink of South Carolina. And I'm just trying to find somebody to talk to real quick about the food and drink of South Carolina because I've never been there. I don't know anything about it.
I'm kind of busy right now. I've got customers. This is a motel.
All right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Man, they're real busy. They're workhorses down there. South Carolina, all workhorses, you know? They don't want to be talking. We'll do a couple more. I don't know why I feel like we're going to hit gold here, but maybe it's the Explorer in me or something. I don't know. Let's go to a different town. How busy are these places? They're all lying. Every other place just says no. Every other hotel I've ever called just goes no and hangs up, as you should. Call it Holiday Inn. It's the last one, probably.
Holiday Inn Express, how can I help you?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Good.
My name's Billy. I'm doing a podcast on the food and drink of every state. And this week I'm doing South Carolina. And I just had some questions about anyone who lives there about the food and drink there, if you got a second.
Okay.
You got a second? Do you live in South Carolina? You born and raised there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm from New Jersey, and I've been to South Carolina. I've only been to Charleston for like a minute, so I'm just trying to learn a little bit more about South Carolina as a whole, right? In New Jersey, we kind of break the state up like North Jersey, Central Jersey, South Jersey. How would you break up South Carolina? Is it really just all like the coast, like Charleston, and then the rest, or is there other parts? Because I don't know much about outside of Charleston and the coast.
If you just give me 1 second, I'll be able to answer your
Oh, yeah, take your time, of course. Sorry to interrupt, yeah.
No, you're fine. Hold on.
Thank you.
Are you a member? Possibly.
She's working. This is great.
Because it's coming up. It'll come up with your stuff. And
This is fantastic.
I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I am. Okay.
Oh, she actually has a guest. She has someone there she's working with. How lucky are we? I'll wait. Let's see. Where are we? I don't even know where town we're in. Where did we call? I don't even remember when we called. It's bad. Here we are. Here we are. Holiday Inn Camden. Oh, right off the highway there. Okay. So what's out here? Where are we? Let's look. Let's see where we are. Join me. So we're... Oh, there's the capital, Columbia. So we're northeast of the capital. Okay.
Right, and you can go ahead and insert your card.
Just insert your card, ma'am. I don't believe she put me on hold to talk. This is amazing. She's going to be a fantastic guest. Told you.
Right, and you can take it out now. It says don't, but it's fine.
Also, I have Carolina Reaper pepper almonds to eat later and burn my mouth out. Forgot to mention that. This is fantastic. It's fantastic. It's great radio. Everyone loves this. It's a great podcast.
Just initial right there and then sign down at the bottom.
Sure, you sign all the paperwork. Very important. South Carolina Reaper pepper seasoning.
Thank you. And there's your room key and the elevator's to the right. And
There we go. Elevators to the right. Breakfast in the morning. Here she comes.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, sorry. I know you're working. I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you're fine.
Most people would hang up. I appreciate you answering the questions.
You're welcome. I'll try to as long as nobody else walks in.
If someone walks in, you can kick me off. It's fine. I just tried to chat with someone from South Carolina. It's hard. I had a guest lined up, and they bailed, so I'm just trying to talk to anyone. I figured, hey, someone in the hotel's probably got a minute. So, like I said, how would you break up South Carolina, for people who's never been there? Like, is it just the stuff on the coast, like Myrtle Beach and Charleston, and then everything else? Or how was the rest of the state, to someone who lives there? How do you consider the state, I guess? How would you break it up?
I take it as like the upper state with Clemson and all that, and then Columbia's mid-state, and then the coastal. That's how I do it.
Okay, so like 3 sections, kind of like the Jersey thing. All right, I could see that. So, like I said, every week we do a different state, and this week we're doing South Carolina. So I try to get food and drink from the state that like represents the state, right? So it's South Carolina, and you can tell me if I did good here or not. I got sweet tea. I think that's pretty iconic drink of South Carolina. Maybe I'm wrong. I got some classic mustard barbecue sauce, and I got pimento cheese. Did I do it right? And I got Carolina Gold rice. What do
I guess so. I eat everything, so I don't really know what everybody wants around here, but definitely sweet tea.
Sweet tea, right? I know what the time I spent in the South, everyone everywhere drinks sweet tea, not just South Carolina. People love sweet tea.
Yeah.
So much sugar. It's too sweet. Oh, my God.
That's how we like it.
No, it's too sweet. It's too much. But what else is big out in South Carolina food-wise? Like, I like everything, too. But, like, what's, like, a thing? Like, if you were going to put together a box of food to send someone who's never been there, like, hey, here's a gift bag from South Carolina, like, what would you put in there? Is there, like, brand stuff? Or is it, like, just a big thing of pimento cheese and a big bag of sugar and a iced packet or iced tea pack?
I don't know. I guess barbecue. I'd put barbecue in there if it'd make its way.
I love barbecue. Yeah, barbecue in South Carolina is big. I've been to one place, and it was possibly the greatest barbecue I've ever had in South Carolina. Do you have any favorite places that are fantastic we should know about?
Pretty much anything because I'm in the Columbia area. Anything in the Columbia area I know is all good. So.
Okay, cool. And is there any kind of like iconic drinks outside of sweet tea? Is there any kind of like beer that's like everywhere in South Carolina, or some kind of booze that's like big out there?
I'm not sure because I do not drink.
Oh, all right. Well, that's fine. That's an easy one then.
Yeah. So I know that a lot of people, like my friends and stuff, they like the liquid marijuana drink.
Liquid marijuana? What the hell is that?
Yeah. I have no idea, but I know that everybody likes getting it. So.
Oh, liquid marijuana shots. Here it is. Coconut rum, pineapple juice, spice rum, simple syrup, Midori. Yeah, no, I'm good. It doesn't sound great. But okay, good to know. Liquid pot shots, great.
Yeah.
What else? Is there anything else that people... Well, number one, thank you. That's very useful, everything you told me so far. Is there anything that people should know about South Carolina if they've never been there? Like, what would you say if there's never been there? Is it cool? Was it nice there? What's the best place to go in South Carolina?
Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. I really don't go to, like, the big towns. I just stay out on the outskirts, but... If you do come here, I know everybody goes to Columbia because that's where, like, the USC Gamecocks are and everything. It's the whole big city, so that's where everybody goes.
What's with the palmetto tree? I see it's on the flag. I don't know, are they just everywhere down there? Is that the thing?
I actually see more palmetto trees in Florida than I do here, but they do, they put some up, like, at the borders and stuff, but... I guess that's just the tree they decided to give us.
All right, fair enough. That's fair. And she crab soup, is that a thing out there?
Not that I've heard of.
I'm just giving you the list of stuff that I had written down, so I don't know. All right, good enough. I could take it from there. Thanks for the input. I appreciate it. Sorry to bother you at work.
No, you're good.
Great. Well, thanks again. What was your name?
My name's Caroline.
Thank you, Caroline. I appreciate you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good night. Be safe.
You too. Thank you.
Hey, some people are just too nice. Not a lot of information there from Caroline. Let's be fair. Was her name Caroline? From Caroline? South Carolina? Caroline? Forgive me, I wasn't really listening, but wow. I'm gonna pick that up. Uh-oh, incoming call. I don't know who this is. Let's see. This could be wild. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
This is Nevada Claire from your Nevada episode.
Nevada Claire checking in. Oh, my God. We have callback people from other episodes. Hello, Nevada Claire, not Nevada Claire. How are you?
Correct. I'm great. I went to South Carolina, and I'm the one who asked about crab soup, and I didn't make it up. It's a real thing.
Okay, well, lay it on me. What's up with the she crab soup? I don't know about it. I just saw the word pop up there because it was the follower request. What's up with the she crab soup?
You know, I guess. So she crabs is it's like a crab that's made from Atlantic crab and like a dry sherry, and they make it in. It's like seafood soup.
I mean, it looks good. I'm looking at pictures and videos of it. It looks like it would be delicious. So it's sherry heavy. That's funny because it goes with the cocktail I made, because apparently back then they had a lot of sherry and like Madeira and wine, like fortified wine. So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, in the South, they thought the, fortified wines kept them from getting all the illnesses you get in the summer, like malaria and
kept the scurvy away. Kept the scurvy away. If you just drink drink the Marsala wine, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be getting.
People put brandy and stuff in like lobster bisque and stuff up here. That's a big thing at like the fancy places, for sure. But this, I'm looking at it.
It's honestly very similar to lobster bisque. There's just something about that dry that really it just edge.
What is it? It's dried. You're breaking up. Why are you breaking up on me? What's dried in there? Dried what?
I don't know. I said it's similar to like a lobster bisque in flavor, but the dry just really
the sherry really makes it pop. I got you. It's probably also the she crabs, because they probably get crabs from down there and they're probably super delicious, and it adds its own kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I think there's actually I hadn't thought about it in a while. Out loud, I think they put like crab rub in it.
Ooh, yeah, that's unique. I see some of the pictures look. Yeah, they probably cook it out in the roux. Maybe we'll have to talk to one of our
what they do
pro chef friends. Yeah, that'll really reinforce the crab flavor on that. I didn't know. In all of my research for the state, I didn't find it, and all I knew about was the rice and pimento cheese. I know they love pimento cheese down there. That's a thing for sure.
For really good ones, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you got the most important things: the rice and the pimento cheese.
And now I'm going to crush
and
some
the barbecue.
The barbecue is, I said, some of the best pork barbecue I've ever had down there. And now I'm going to eat some Carolina Reaper almonds to close out the show and burn a hole in my stomach, I guess, to round out the night. Yeah,
good.
It sounds like a great idea.
There is one other thing I used to eat out there that I feel like it's maybe not exactly specifically South Carolina, but definitely that part of the South. Picked okra.
Pickled okra? I mean, I love okra.
Yeah.
Pickled okra.
Yeah, I had never had pickled okra. I love okra, but they pickle it out there. But I think it's like Georgia and Tennessee. I think they all do it.
Does the texture get weird? Does it stay crispy?
So it's similar to like similar to like a bread and butter pickle.
All right, I like that. As long as I imagine, like, I would want it to be crispy and like a snap, like a good, like a, what do they call them? Half sours, like a young pickle or something. I don't want it to be a soggy okra. No one wants a soggy okra.
No one wants that.
No one wants that ever. How's Nevada Claire, by the way? How's things out in Nevada?
Nevada.
Damn it!
Great.
I thought I was doing the right
here.
one. Damn it, Nevada. Damn it. I'm still getting yelled at episodes later. Nevada. How's Nevada?
Yeah. Nevada's doing good. We're, finally not in the 100 degrees, so we're doing great.
Well,
we celebrate our state's birthday at the end of the month.
Oh.
Nevada Day is the same day as Halloween.
Nevada Day's on Halloween. Of course, how fitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's strangely
Yes.
fitting. Yeah, I need to get out. I'm due for a Vegas trip, that's for sure. So I should get out to Nevada soon, hopefully.
You never know.
I absolutely will. I definitely need to check out. I do remember that Speakeasy Museum. I definitely need to go there and crush the cocktails in the basement of the Speakeasy Museum. I still remember that.
Yes, definitely.
Sounds fantastic.
You do.
Well, thanks for calling.
I don't want to watch your South.
No, you're good. Thank you for chiming in. It's good.
South Carolina.
I appreciate the chime in. That's the best. And I'm going to watch a video on she crab now and eat some of these almonds and burn a hole and take it down. Thank you so much for calling, Nevada Claire. I'll talk to you soon. Call back. Check in with us. I like to know you're still alive. That's good.
I will.
All right. Have a good one. Who's better than her? Remember her for the Nevada show? Great guest. Fantastic. Expert of Nevada. One of the best. She knew everything going on out there. I'm glad she's there checking in. That makes me happy. She crab soup, though. Let's see. How to make she crab soup. This soup will change your life. Bold statement. I don't know if I could watch one of these, like, AMSR kind of videos. I need give me, like, the quick hit guy. Yeah, give me this 2 out. This is a 2-minute video here.
Hello, my name is Toy.
And my name is Clifton, and today we're teaching you how to make she crab soup.
She crab soup is a very popular soup from the Mid-Atlantic region in comparison to the New English clam chowder.
Okay.
The process to make a she crab soup, you need a quarter cup of small diced onions.
Onion.
Celery. And carrots.
Carrot, yep.
The first step is to melt your butter.
Oh, wow. This is like a hostage kind of video.
Saute your carrots.
Oh, boy.
I'll add.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Can we go somewhere else? We go with this guy. Grillin' and Chillin' Scott Laymore. Let's see how Grillin' and Chillin'.
I'm Scott Larimore with the Charleston Crab House, and we have a fantastic...
Number one, I love any guy that opens a video like, I'm this guy, and we're doing this stuff. The finger points are really clutch. That's how you know this guy means business. I'm this guy, and we're doing this stuff. And then there should be like an explosion and some music playing in the back. Like, that's where I hope this is going. But something tells me it's going to fizzle out to Dull Land, to Dull's fuckingville.
I'm Scott Larimore with the Charleston Crab House, and we have a fantastic recipe that we've been doing perfect for 20 years, a she crab soup on Grillin' and Chillin' today.
Signs upside down. 20 years, still cracking.
Crab soup right there. That is perfect.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Show me that she crab soup.
All right, for the perfect low country traditional she crab soup, you're gonna need a few of these special ingredients at home.
Let's go.
You'll need 3 pounds of blue crab backfin meat.
Blue crab backfin meat, check.
Crab roe, which you're gonna get from your female blue crab.
Crab roe, just like Nevada Claire told us. It's probably a very big part of the she crab soup. Without this, it's probably just a fucking weak crab soup.
We also have...
That makes sense. It's why it's called she crab soup, because the roe goes to the female crab, so she crab soup. Without it, there would be no roe. A roeless she crab soup is but another crab soup.
Crab base here, which if you can't find in your local grocery store, you can use any seafood broth and turn it into a roux and use that as
crab base.
We have 3 cups of minced celery.
Sick triangle.
1/8 of a cup of Indian mace.
1/8
of a cup of honey.
Mace.
4 cups of your flour.
Damn.
1 pound of
4
butter.
cups? What are we baking bread?
4 quarts of heavy cream. 2 gallons of whole milk.
Jesus
and we're
Christ.
going to need a dash of sherry.
And a dash of sherry.
First thing we're going to do, we're going to make our roux here.
Let's go,
we
make
have
this.
1 pound of butter that we're going to add.
Fuck yeah.
You want the pot just to be warm enough to get that butter going and
Oh,
get
it's
it
really
melted
hot,
down.
dude. I don't know,
We're going
it's
to add our
scorching.
3 cups of celery and mace to this as well, just so that celery can soak up
Mace.
the flavor.
Interesting,
Guys,
with the
you can do this
mace.
at home in your own Dutch oven with your pot on the stove top. Of course, you'd much rather be out here on a dock with this background.
Hell yeah, bro.
Grilling and chilling.
Grilling and
Keep in
chilling.
mind when you're doing this,
You
is
know.
keep stirring it. You want this celery and this mace to really disperse throughout the heavy cream and the whole milk. Go ahead and add it. Continue whisking as you're adding
Continue
this whole milk.
whisking.
What I like to do, I like to add one gallon of milk at the time, and then we'll add 2 heavy cream to it.
Okay.
You want to keep your heat turned up to where it's just a simmer on your stovetop. Let the flavors really come out, and you want to start adding your heavy cream again to it. Looks good. You can smell the mace coming out.
Mace, huh? Big mace on that.
Go ahead and grab our
Interesting.
next gallon of whole milk. The whole milk and the heavy cream, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but once you get it in this pot, it thickens up.
I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like a lot? No, sir. That seems like a fucking metric fuck ton. 2 gallons of milk and 2 quarts of heavy cream and fucking 4 pounds of fucking flour and a couple pounds of butter. I thought you were making Irish soda bread, for Christ's sakes.
Up to the top, so you really want to have a pot. You can never have really too much space with this heavy cream and whole milk. You want to keep it stirring. The more you stir, the thicker it's going to get, the more it's going to rise to the top. Now that we have that 2nd gallon of whole milk, we're going to grab our next 2 quarts of heavy cream.
Yeah, more heavy cream.
It's starting to thick up already with this heat to
Thick
it.
up.
What really makes it she crab soup, it's going to be crab roe, which you find in the female crab. It's actually her eggs. We're going to add that, continuing to stir as we go. We can go ahead and add our crab base now, which if you don't have at home, you're going to use a seafood broth, add a little bit of flour to it, get it thick. You want to add the 4 cups of flour. You want to add a little bit at the time until it really starts.
I mean, I never made this soup, but I feel like I would use these ingredients in a different combination. But who am I to say?
Big thing with she crab is the consistency. You know, it started here in Charleston, so people are really particular about their she crab soup. And I think Charleston Crab House does one of the best around, especially if you ask our customers. Last final stages that we want to add to it. Last part of the recipe really is going to be 3 pounds fresh blue crab. You want to use the back fin meat. That's the good stuff. Oh, you can just smell the crab cooking. Now that we had the crab meat in, we're going to add the last little bit of sweetness to it. This is something that gives it that little crab house tradition right here. 1/4 cup of honey to it. Add a little sweetness. This is what keeps the folks coming back right here. That's true she crab soup right there. We've been doing this for 20 years, and it doesn't get any better than this. That's going to feed a lot of hungry
I like this guy's
people and
confidence.
make a lot of hungry people happy. Take this she crab soup, just make it out of this world. You just want to take a little bit of dry sherry, top it off with that. Not much at all. That is perfect. She crab soup is something we take pride in. We make.
Yeah, I want to eat that. I'm not going to lie. That sounds fucking fantastic. That sounds really fucking good. The roe is probably powerfully flavoring in that. You know, it's a lot of milk and cream like any other kind of stupid chowder is, but the roe, big flavor town on that. Big Guy Fieri vibes on that. Yeah. That's not a real langoustine. All right, now we're getting into YouTube pits where there's just massive fish eating people. I don't know where else we can go here. I feel like we've covered a lot of ground. I think we could call... Oh, no, we can't because we have... Well, we'll close out the show eating these. You know, everyone knows the hottest peppers in the world allegedly are the Carolina Reapers. And what do I have here? Besides my super excitement, you can read in my voice, is these Carolina Reaper almonds. Can't wait to eat them. Also seem to have no water or cocktail left. All right, so these are Blue Diamond Extreme Carolina Reaper. 4 stars, the hottest. The Carolina Reaper pepper is one of the hottest out there next to the Ghost Pepper. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I eat a lot of hot shit. It's probably not that hot. It's a Blue Diamond product, so it's made for the masses. It's probably got some heat to it, but... Yeah. It's hot like a spicy Doritos hot. A little hotter than I thought. Blue Diamond makes some good almonds. Yeah, it's like mouth burning hot. They're good. Check them out. Got a nice little coating on them. They're tasty. I mean, they're burning the back of your mouth, but not like you just ate a Reaper. Not like that. Come on. Carolina Reaper almonds. We're eating them today. Yeah. Mwah. That's a sign of a great show when you do the pointing. Week 40, South Carolina in the bag. Let's go. I don't know how many times I can do that. I think we covered it. We covered a lot of it. We covered some of it. We covered part of it. Let's back it. Let's retract all those statements and say we've covered part of South Carolina. We hit the big ones and we hit some niche stuff. I think we're good. Sweet tea all the way. Way too sweet. I don't know what you people are doing down there. You all have diabetes probably. And the Charleston cocktail kind of wrapped everything together. We saw a lot of the foods incorporate fortified wines, the she crab soup especially, also topped off with some sherry. Charleston, Port Town, 1700s. They had a lot of those fortified kind of wines. That's what you drank instead of water to stay alive. And we had a cocktail with it. And I got to say, it was actually pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Week 40, South Carolina. Week 40, South Carolina in the bag. Let's see where that puts us on the schedule here. Week 40, South Carolina, lock it up. Brings us to the fifth and final column. The final countdown is here. Week 41, South Dakota. Week 42, Tennessee. Week 43, Texas. Powerful states on the horizon. Don't know what we're going to do for South Dakota, but I'm sure we're going to dig something up. I want to thank all my guests who are on today. Caroline from the Days Inn, whatever we hit. That other dude who told me about the great McDonald's near him. All of our YouTube guests, and of course, Nevada Claire checking in. Thanks to everybody in the chat. As always, chiming in, chats. Thanks for watching. This episode and all previous episodes can be seen on YouTube at bitsandbytes.us. We've hit every state so far in the alphabet, A to S. Except South Dakota, that's next week. South Dakota, no. South Carolina, you're a great state. Your barbecue, pork, top of the notch. You have heirloom grains, grits, peas, rices. You hold it down, Gullah Gullah style. You're big on pimento cheese, possibly one of the most unhealthy casual dips you can get your hands on. And you drink it down with sweet tea, which is really like 50% sugar. I don't know how you're all not dead. But luckily for the rest of the country, you're not. Thanks to the Carolina Reaper peppers, they're hot and ready to go. You guys have some great food down there. Charleston's a great city. I don't know about the rest of the state. Seems like it's pretty cool. Myrtle Beach, Redneck Riviera. I don't know. Check out Charleston. Put on a bow tie. Get your ass down there. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram at TheBillyVegas, at HackChef, depending on what you want. Bitsandbytes.us for the playlist. On YouTube for all the previous shows. And join us this coming week for week 41. South Dakota is on deck. I don't think anyone knows anything about South Dakota. We're going to see you there. South Dakota. See ya!